They say there is a house on the far side of town, tucked behind a line of broken iron gates and ragged hedgerows. Most people pass it without a second glance in daylight. But when night falls, something changes. No one lives there. The roof sags. The bricks are cracked. Ivy strangles the chimney, creeping through shattered windows. All except one. That window is strangely clean. Polished, almost. As if someone still tends to it. An upstairs window that stares over the street below like a single, unblinking eye. There is a rule about that house. A rule the locals whisper to their children, to each other, whenever they pass it after dark. Never look at that window. For if you look, it sees you. And if it sees you, it remembers you. Nobody knows exactly what waits behind that glass. Some say it's a ghost. Others, something far, far worse. But its hunger is real. It wants you to see it. Because once you acknowledge it, that's how it finds its way in. People tell stories. A woman walking her dog one October night. She glanced up at that window. By morning, her dog returned home alone, leash dragging behind it, but she was gone and was never seen again. Or the story of the teenage boy showing off to his friends. He stopped in front of the house, stared straight into the window and yelled, "Come and get me!" They found him days later, wandering the marshes, barefoot, filthy, babbling about eyes inside of his skull. But the story I want to tell you tonight is about Daniel. Daniel was 14, bright, fearless, or so he thought. He'd heard the same warnings since he was a kid about that house, but he laughed them off. A ghost in a window, please. One winter night, Daniel stayed late at a friend's house, playing video games. It was dark by the time he left, and the shortcut home meant passing that house. The night was cold. His breath showed in little white clouds. The street was quiet. As he neared the house, a twist formed in his stomach. It was like he could feel it watching him, pressing against the glass. He repeated the rule in his head. Don't look, don't look, don't look. But curiosity is a powerful thing. And fear, sometimes, fear makes you do exactly what you promised you wouldn't. As Daniel reached the gate, he paused. Just for a second. He looked up. There it was, a pale face floating behind the glass. Skin stretched too tight, hollow eyes, a mouth far too wide, curling into a grin that seemed hungry. It was looking right at him. Daniel froze. His heart slammed against his ribs. The face leaned closer to the glass. Its mouth twitched, trying to form words. Daniel tore his gaze away. He ran so hard his legs burned, lungs on fire. He didn't stop until he was inside his own house. That night, Daniel tried to sleep. He told himself it was a trick of the light, just nerves, a silly dare. But deep down, he knew. He'd looked, and it had seen him. Hours passed. The house was quiet. Daniel's family was sleeping. But Daniel couldn't rest. Every time he closed his eyes, the face appeared behind his eyelids, burned in there like a brand. Then he heard it. Tap. 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 At first he thought, pipes. Just old pipes in the house. And then he heard it again. Tap. 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 Daniel sat up. His room was dark. A dull, streetlight glow on the carpet. The tapping came again. From the window. Daniel turned his head and saw it. Inches away, the same pale face. Its grin was wider now, teeth showing. Fingers brushing the other side of the glass, like it was trying to come through. Daniel screamed. His parents came running. But the window was empty when they got there. They told him it was a dream, a nightmare. But Daniel knew. Days went by. Daniel stayed in his room, curtains drawn tight, lights left on. He barely ate, barely spoke. Every night, the tapping returned. Sometimes the window, sometimes the walls, sometimes right beside his ear. Nothing helped. Doctors, counselors, even priests. Daniel was slowly fading away, shrinking. One morning, his mother came to check on him. The bed was cold. The window stood open. Daniel was gone. They searched for days, for weeks, but nothing. No trace of Daniel was found. But some nights, if the air is still, people say they see him. Standing behind that upstairs window at the old house. Two faces now, watching, waiting. So, if you ever walk down that street after dark and feel that window calling to you, feel something watching you, don't look. Keep your head down. Keep moving, because once you look, you belong to it. Some faces never leave you, and some places never forget.